I'm Gale Cooper. I wrote and illustrated Merely a Bair, one teddy bear's adventures for the young and young at heart, with a world where toys live and animals talk. Profusely illustrated with line drawings, Merely a Bair is a 155-page book divided into chapters of adventures and lessons of the teddy bear, his little girl owner, and a cast of fellow characters from a mouse to an elephant. Merely a Bair promises to enchant, to move, and to amuse. It's available on Amazon and promises to take its place with other memorable teddy bear heroes. Here is its preview. Good-hearted teddy bear, Merely a Bair, and his lonely little girl owner face fantasies and fears with touching and funny triumphs of love. Though just stuffed fuzzy cloth, a teddy bear sitting on a shelf in most department store while thinking hard about being picked by an owner, consoled himself with having an identity.
I'm glad I'm me. I'm sure of that. I may be nameless, but I'm not a hat. A hat may look cute, a hat may look fancy, but a hat can never have a name like Nancy. You can't call your hat Harry, or Alice, or Sam, but a bear can say, I know who I am.
Then Anna came. It was love. There was a smile. Then mean Nanny Grimthorne pulled Anna away. She took care of Anna. Father was the richest man around and was always too busy. Mother was always busy helping him do whatever he did to be busy. She said,
Anna, we're here to get you most expensive doll.
But I want Merely a Bair,
said Anna before she was dragged off. But the teddy bear said to himself,
Anna gave me a name. Merely a Bair, she said. Forever and ever and always, my name will stay in my head.
Then sad, Anna and mean Nurse Grimthorne passed Merely a Bair on the way out, but the sales ticket floated to him. Since teddy bears always see the bright side, he knew it was a note from Anna. And since teddy bears can't read, he knew it was to tell him where to find her. So he tilted his head to one side to think hard and decided to escape after closing time. He would escape in disguise of a person, since a teddy bear might be stopped on the way out. Going from department to department, he added to his disguise. Finally, he was sure he looked perfect and would blend in with shoppers when he headed out the front door in the morning. Under his arm, he kept Anna's note, which was really just most department stores' sales slip for the fancy doll. He just had to stay awake, so he thought,
Being awake is better, but being asleep is nice. Especially if it's midnight and you're afraid of mice.
And he was, because the ladies in the factory where he was born were afraid of them, so he thought they were huge enough to eat people. But he fell asleep anyway, so he missed someone little climbing in his pocket. She was a mouse. He would also have missed escaping if a customer hadn't accidentally knocked him out the door with her very costly handbag, as big as him. Outside, a taxi driver looked down and said,
Where to, sir?
So Merely a Bair handed him Anna's note, which was only the fancy doll's sales slip, but luckily had Anna's address. So off he went to a house almost as big as the factory where he was born. So he knocked with the tip of his shoe. A butler came out and looked down.
So glad you're here, doctor,
he said, but he thought,
They don't make doctors like they used to.
He said,
Anna is sick in bed. All she's saying is bear, bear, and crying.
So Merely a Bair found Anna, and they both fell happily asleep. When Nanny Grimthorne came in, they awoke to her exclaiming,
It's Merely a Bair.
That's me.
Thought Merely a Bair.
I'm home.
Adventures followed because growing up is an adventure. Merely a Bair almost found out that his name was an accident until clever Anna realized and said Merely a Bear was the nickname for the important, but too long for everyday name, and just a stuffed bear. Then the mouse woke up and left Merely a Bear's escape jacket pocket piled with the other escape clothes by Nanny Grimthorne. She looked around, saw the grounds and gardens out the window, said,
"Finally, I'm where I belong."
and wrapped herself in a sequined ribbon she had found on Most's department store's floor during her escape. Terrified, Merely a Bear exclaimed,
Mouse! But you're tiny.
Petite.
she said. Anna, taught to be polite, asked her name. The mouse looked disappointed.
Everyone should know a star's name. But I forgive you. I'm an undiscovered star. I'm Phoebe Miranda.
So their adventures began. Outside, on the grounds, an earthworm named Bill heard thud, thud, thud and said,
I hope today isn't the day I'm eating.
which he said each day. The thuds came from an escaped elephant with a bad memory named Jonathan. Merely a Bear saved the day by hiding Jonathan from the circus trainer by disguising him as a typical big rock. It was almost ruined by Jonathan forgetting and asking,
What am I supposed to be?
Phoebe Miranda squeaked.
A rock.
So the circus trainer saw her and said,
That's the most beautiful mouse I've ever seen. I hated working with an elephant. I prefer a mouse.
So Phoebe Miranda whipped out her sequined ribbon and did a dance routine prepared for a moment like this.
I'm a mouse trainer now.
Said the man. But then he saw Bill.
First, I'll go fishing in the pond.
He said,
Help!
screamed Bill, who didn't have time to say, I hope today isn't the day I'm eaten. So Merely a Bear made a plan, and Jonathan saved the day. And when he put Bill back on dry ground, Jonathan said,
Stay with me and you can stop worrying about being eaten. Just remind me that you're there.
I am Bill, and I'm with you.
said Bill over and over.
I'll be your memory.
Back with Anna, Merely a Bear told her about saving an elephant and an earthworm, and that Phoebe Miranda had become the star of the circus, and Anna believed every word. Then there were more adventures. There came a special package from wonderful Aunt Emily, who rescued those in need. It had a stuffed rabbit, rescued from the trash, with a note from Aunt Emily that said,
This is Button Willow. Too many people throw away what they should keep, and keep what they should throw away. Just remember, Anna dear, there are strange people who think toys have no feelings. Feel sorry for those people, they miss so much.
Then the fancy doll from Most's department store caused trouble by stealing the mechanical marvel Dragon, by telling him meanly that dragons aren't real. He said he was. She said he wasn't because he didn't think about being real when he was asleep. So he stayed awake for days, then fell asleep in the storage room for never-used things. So Merely a Bear made a plan to wake him and convince him he was real. And Merely a Bear even saved the fancy but unloved doll with a hug. So Dragon gave them all a ride, and everyone told him it felt like flying because it really did. Then there were more adventures. Merely a Bear had to help a kind sheik with his sick sheep solve the world's hardest tongue twister, the 6 sick sheik's sheep sick, by cleverly curing them both. Then Merely a Bear met the wise old man in the peanut, who everyone can find once they know where to look, but this time talked. He said,
I have 2 jobs. One is answering a single question. The other is being eaten.
Then Merely a Bear fell asleep on the grounds and rolled in leaves while dreaming. Awake, he terrified himself by seeing himself reflected in a puddle as a leaf-covered mystery monster, and ran away and got lost on the grounds. Then he remembered that he ate all his peanuts but 2, so he asked one.
How do I get home?
The peanut man said.
Go back the way you came.
But I don't remember,
Said Merely A. Bear.
Then you should have asked, what should I do if I'm lost?
Said the peanut, but its one answer had been used up. Then Merely A. Bear heard rustling noises. So Merely a Bear took his last peanut and asked,
how do I get the solution to the mystery of the puddle?
Brush off the leaves and pine needles, look in the puddle, and see that the solution is you. Merely a bear.
The peanut was out of its answer, but Merely a Bear was easily rescued from being lost by the 2 squirrels who had made the rustling noises. They told him to just turn around, and there was Anna's big house through the trees. And he was soon back with her for a happy ending.